In this video, we are going to learn ways to represent numbers. There are 5 ways to represent numbers. There is using place value, the standard form, which is just writing the numbers, pictorials, drawing them in pictures as in place 10 box, written form, and expanded form, or we also call expanded notation. Okay, here is we're going to show how to represent the numbers in five ways. Our number that we're going to do is 153. When we represent 153 during our place value, we're going to write our place value chart. Since our number goes all the way to the hundreds, I'm only going to go to the hundreds on our place value chart. Okay, I start from the end and I work my way forward. Here we have a 3, so I write the 3 in the ones. Then we have a 5, so that goes in the tens. And then we have a 1 and goes in the hundreds. Next, we're going to do our pictorial. So the pictorial, I use a place value chart. So here I'm going to do hundreds, so that I have one flat, and I just represent the hundreds with a square. Then I have 5 tens, and I represent our tens with a straight line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have our 3 ones. When you do your ones, you represent them with a dot. So I have 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Next, we're going to do our expanded form. When you do expanded form, all you're really doing is taking your numbers apart, using the place value that we already have set up here. So all we're going to do is that since here in the hundreds, I have 100, so I'm going to write the number 100. Then I'm doing my adding symbol. Next, I have 5 tens, so that means I actually have a 50. Then adding symbol, then I have a 3 in the ones, so that only means I have 3 ones. Next, the expanded notation. This one's a little bit harder to do, just because you're not used to doing multiplication yet. But this is the way we actually do it. So with notation, we use multiplications. I have a 1 in the hundreds, so that means I do 1 times 100, putting that in parentheses, plus symbol. Next, I have 5 in the 10, so that means I have 5 times 10, adding symbol. Then I have 3 ones, so that means I'm doing 3 times 1. Okay. Next, we have the written form. All we do for written form is we write the number the way we say it. We have 100, 53. Okay, let's do one more example. Let's do the number 1,215. Okay, so let's do our place value chart. We're going to start again, drawing it out. We have ones, tens, hundreds, and then we go to the thousands. All right, again, we're going to work our way backwards forward. So I have 5, 1, 2, and a 1. Okay, to draw it out, next we're going to do a pictorial. So to draw out the thousands, it's just a 3-dimensional cube. So we're going to draw it out. Now remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's our thousands. We only have one of those. Then we go to 100s, which is 2. So I draw 2 squares. Then we have a 10, so I only have 1, so I only want to draw 1 line. And 5 ones, which we do dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's do the expanded form. Expanded form, remember, we're just taking the numbers apart. Okay? So we have 1 in the thousands place, so that's 1,000. Don't forget your commas. We do addition. Then we have a 200, so we do 200. Then we have 110. And then we have 5 ones. The expanded notation again, remember we're using multiplication. We have 1 times 1,000. And we have 2 times 100. Then we have 1 times 10. And then we have 5 times 1. Okay, and lastly we have a written form. Written form is just the way we say it. That's the way we write it. So we have 1,000. 200, 15. And that's how we represent a number 5 different ways. Now it's going to be your turn. So just answer the questions that are next to this video on the Google form and then turn it in.